What's up, guys? Another episode of Cleveland Kids Sports Talk. I got a special guest here, June Walton. Go ahead and give yourself an introduction to the people.
What's up, June Walton? Big sexy in the back, scooting in the chair. One of the partners with my man over here, man. Go out and support. Make sure you watch all his episodes, man. Just here to talk about why I'm mad.
So tell them why you're mad.
Tell him why I'm mad, son. You know why I'm mad? I'm mad because the Redskins, man. I'm a big Redskins fan. Not a bandwagon fan, you can't say, of course, because...
Can't say a bandwagon fan with that team.
No, you can't, because we're not winning. This guy, you know, he loves the Browns, loves the Eagles. Reason why I'm mad, man, because we're not a fourth quarter team. We always show our strengths, potentials during the game, man, but we never can finish, we never can close. As you see, we went into OT versus the Falcons, but still couldn't close, man. Ended up throwing a pick six. Cousins was doing all right the whole game.
Yeah, what do you think about your man Cousins?
I think he's a good fit, man. He's a good pocket passer, so, you know, it's better than the running game. Nothing against RG3. We kind of ruined his career. Another reason why I'm mad. But the NFL is not a running quarterback's game, you know?
Yeah, I feel you. But what about guys like Cam Newton? He has success.
Cam Newton does have success. I just don't think he'll last long.
He's got some MVP talks this year.
Yeah, kind of like Michael Vick, though. He'll slowly fade off.
Yeah. I don't know. Cam's got the build, though.
We'll see, man. He'll get tired of running. Those bones will start hurting. He won't be running too much longer.
Yeah, we'll see.
He's becoming actually a better pocket passer, too. So.
Yeah, got to give him credit where credit's due, because he's down there with a scrappy squad. He's down to nothing but bones and absolutely nothing. Only guy they had down there is Kelvin Benjamin. He broke his leg.
Yeah.
So.
Another reason why I'm mad, man, because our organization, man. But they actually did better this year as far as the offensive line. We got a little bit better defense going on this year. We got a lot of potential. We could have took over the division, but we didn't, as you can see, because we can't close. That's why I'm mad.
Yeah. But now we're going to go into our Week 6 predictions. What do you think game of the week for Week 6 is going to be?
I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I like the Patriots and Indy down there, that Sunday night game.
Yeah.
Luck coming back. I think he's had a pretty shitty start to his season, 2015 season, so he's going to be down there with a vengeance out there slinging it, him and Brady. Yeah, Brady's got no picks this year, too, so he's 11-0. They're saying that his numbers actually mimic his 2007 year.
Yeah. Brady, as much as I hate him, most of my family loves Brady, but under pressure, man, he's just a good quarterback. You can't deny a good quarterback. Kind of like I don't like Kobe, but he's a great player. So.
Yep. What do you think? Atlanta, New Orleans, Thursday night game.
I think Atlanta's gonna take it, man. They're kind of on the roll.
Yeah, they're on a roll. That defense is stout. New Orleans is kind of depleted in that rebuild status. So, but you got Cincinnati and Buffalo starting out the 1:00 games. Cincinnati on that roll. Buffalo's kind of down. What do you think?
Buffalo, I have faith in Buffalo, man. I think they'll do good.
I got faith in Buffalo, but Cincinnati's got a squad down there.
Yeah, they're on the roll themselves. So. Cincinnati surprised me this year.
I got Denver and Cleveland for the next 1:00 game. I got Cleveland taking the upset here, obviously. You know, Cleveland Kids Sports Talk, I have to go with my hometown squad. So we're going Cleveland with the upset over Denver. Chicago and Detroit, two trash teams.
Yeah.
Detroit 0-5, Chicago 2-3, coming off a mediocre win against a mediocre team. Jamal Charles got hurt in the first quarter.
Right.
I think. Who do you think? I mean,
I think Chicago will pull it off. Maybe upset though. You never know.
Yeah, upset in the making. Houston, Jacksonville, another terrible game. Even though Arian Foster's coming back, you can't say anything about that god-awful offensive line. They're just like every team in the NFL is having struggles right now. You can pretty much chuck it up to a bad offensive line. Detroit 0-5, one of the worst offensive lines I've seen in football in a long time. Yeah, they went with Laken Tomlinson in the first round of the draft this year, but what can you really say good about Detroit right now?
Nothing. You can't even say anything good about the city.
No.
I'm joking.
You got Kansas City and Minnesota. Minnesota's been playing terrible. Adrian Peterson's the only lone bright spot in that in that whole squad.
Yeah.
I expected a lot more out of that team.
Yeah.
Miami and Tennessee, I expected a whole hell of a lot more from Miami.
Yeah.
Especially going out and getting Sue. And
Yeah.
I know Brent Grimes is getting old, but you can't decline that much in one season.
Yeah.
I mean, but got your Redskins going up against the Jets. What do you think? What do you think, man?
Man, I'm hoping we can pull an upset. I think we can do all right. It depends. If we play like we played against Atlanta, I think we can pull it off.
For 4 quarters.
4 quarters, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully not a fifth this time.
Yeah.
Arizona and Pittsburgh. Arizona's been on a roll. Pittsburgh, eked one out this past week. I'll give Mike Vick and Bellis their credit, but you're going up against a pretty sad Baltimore team right now. First time they've started out 1-4 since 2005.
Right.
So Arizona's just been on a roll lately. They're putting up like 40 points a game, which is stupid. The resurgence of Larry Fitzgerald's just fascinating to watch to me.
Yeah, he's a great player.
Another game that you need to watch this week's Carolina and Seattle. It's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be like bright lights or anything coming down on them, but you got 2 defensive squads that.
Who do you think taking out?
I like Carolina. I like the upset, man.
Okay.
Even with Seattle getting Cam Chancellor back, they're one of the worst cap hit teams of the 2015 season, and
right.
they're not going to have the money to make Cam Chancellor happy by the end of the year. I think ultimately, it's going to create some turmoil within that team.
Yeah.
So I like Carolina with the upset on that one, regardless of, they could pull Bobby Boucher out of the stands and put him at receiver, and he'd probably be an upgrade. So, another 2 bad teams, Baltimore and San Francisco. What can you really say about this Baltimore team?
I'm going to go with Baltimore, man. Baltimore started off pretty bad. Me living in the Maryland area for a long time, man. Been at M&T Stadium, man. I think once Baltimore gets momentum going, shout out to Anthony Lewis, Baltimore. I think they can pull it off, man. This will be upset.
Okay. I like Baltimore in this game, too, because I think that's what it is. Joe Flacco's a mad quarterback, so he's got to get the wheels turning within that offense. You're as a quarterback, you're expected to lead your team.
Right.
And he's not being vocal whatsoever with his team. He's just kind of going out there and making his paycheck and going home. It feels like his heart's not in it. San Diego and Green Bay. I like Green Bay a lot. Their defense stepped up this past week.
Speaking of which, you see Clay Matthews get body slammed.
Yeah, he got bodied by Todd Gurley, just lobbed onto his head. I think Gurley's got a promising career in front of him. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he does.
After 2 performances, you're going up 300 yards on 60 touches, over almost 6 yards a carry. So, but like we were talking about earlier in New England, Andy, what do you think's going on here?
I think New England's going to take it.
Yeah.
New England's going to be New England. They're going to be consistent. So
I think it's going to be Brady and Luck out there just slinging the rock. I don't think either of their defenses really stand out. Nothing really no one's really out there to step up.
right.
It's just it's all their playmakers are on the offense. That's the problem with these 2 teams. And then Monday night, my Eagles going up against the Giants. What do you think?
I'm rooting for the Eagles, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good game. A division game, of course, but I think the Eagles can pull the upset, take over the division. So I'm not a big Giants fan, man, so I'd rather go with the Eagles on this one.
Yeah. Obviously, going with my Eagles. They're trying to repeat tradition of last year. Last year, the Giants and Philly had a Monday night game. Wore all black unis. They are going back to the all blacks. Ended up winning 27-0. So we'll see how that goes. As far as why I'm mad for this week, we're going to talk about the Browns.
What's up, man?
Unfortunately, it's not unfortunate that the Browns are winning. I don't think because obviously I have to support my home squad, but I hate that Josh McCown is having a resurgence in the NFL. It really pisses me off. Obviously, I want this guy to start a quarterback. It's not this anymore, I understand, but I want Johnny Manziel at quarterback. I think he's the future of that organization, to be honest with you. You move up in the first round of last year's draft to get this man, and I understand he had some maturity issues and he had some turnover issues last year, but he really didn't get a chance, and they were kind of on a makeshift line, you know.
Right.
Alex Mack got hurt last year. Joe Thomas was hurt for like 8 games, and they're they got Batonio, that guard, in the draft this year. So I mean, I think he's a lot better off this year to give him the reins. You know, he checked himself into rehab, admits, hey, I have a problem. I have a problem. I need to grow up. So he checks himself into rehab on his own. It's not team directed. It's not NFL directed. It's not anything. The guy is, and it shows within the 2 weeks that he got to play. He played again. He stepped in for McCown against the Jets. Obviously, McCown had that nasty looking concussion where he did like a 360. He got smashed. Did like a 360 in the air and smashed his face off the ground.
Right.
But took over against a good Jets secondary, still threw for almost 200, had a touchdown and a pick. But ultimately what it is Manziel steps up whenever the time is right, and McCown just kind of, if the game's close, he shits the bed.
Tell him why you're mad, son.
I am telling him why I'm mad. Week 4 and Week 5, you know, McCown's stepping out with 356 and a touchdown in Week 4. Great to see it. I love seeing good performances, even though Josh Lambo, the kicker for the Chargers, ended up winning that football game. Tramon Williams, that's on you because you're fucking offsides.
It's on you, bro.
Yeah, it is on you. Time expires, and this man, Tramon Williams, how long has this dude been in the fucking league?
I don't know, forever.
Like 10, 11 years now? And you're jumping offsides on a field goal? On a 41-yard field goal, you're jumping offsides.
It's a rookie mistake, man.
Rookie mistake, and you're a veteran. But then you give him a second chance, and they end up winning, regardless of the good game that McCown had. And then he actually set a NFL, or not an NFL record, a Cleveland Browns franchise record this past week. 457 yards, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers again. Again, it's against a pretty shaky secondary with the Ravens, but
right.
Regardless, franchise record. You got to give him credit. I still think Manziel should be starting out. I think McCown should even had the opportunity after 2 solid weeks, but hey,
right.
It is what it is. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this week's episode. We're going to be bringing in various guests throughout the duration of this show. Again, go check out vibecomp.com, this man's website. Go support the hustle.
VIBECOMP.com.
Also,
Jenna
Kuzava, co-worker of ours, single coming out next month. Mid-November. So go support the hustle. That's it for this week's episode. So go!